My name is Noelle Langland. This is my first video. Hopefully these are educational for you. I just want to give you guys an idea of a day in the life of a dialysis patient. So a dialysis patient is someone who has had kidney failure. Their kidneys don't work, and so they have, in this case I'll talk about hemodialysis patient. So they have dialysis treatments. They have to have 3 times a week, and those can range from 3 to, like my husband, 4 hours 15 minutes. So this is just to give you an idea of kind of some of the tribulations they go through. This is the fluid restrictions, part 1. This will be a PowerPoint. My next one I'm going to actually show kind of an experiment and have a challenge. So this is part 1. So dialysis patients must keep themselves dehydrated. Imagine that. It's good for us to drink water. For us that have kidneys that work, our kidneys filter out the extra fluid and toxins. They create the urine, and the urine goes to the bladder and out of our bodies, so we do not need to worry about that, and we are encouraged, and our bodies encourage us to drink a ton of fluid. Unfortunately for for dialysis patients, that is not the case, and they are restricted. Of course, they have to work with their neurologist to get their specific restrictions, but for today I'll share an average with you. So this is kind of a liquid breakdown. It gives you an idea of how much liquid they can consume before it endangers their heart. So liquid is sitting on their bodies in between treatments. Some of them can still have a little bit of function to where they can pee, but for the most part, the dialysis patients, they don't even pee out any fluid. They can get rid of fluid by, say, if they were throwing up because they were sick, or if they were, when they sweat, they can lose fluid that way, but that's about it. So some conversions to keep in mind in your head: 16 ounces is a pound, 2 pounds is 1 kilo. Kilo is what the dialysis centers go by, is kilos. Just keep in your mind that that means 2 pounds. So the restriction for an average dialysis patient, they should not gain more than 1 kilo per day. So that's 32 ounces in ounces. That's 2 pounds in pounds. So that can be pretty, I don't know if that's really reasonable, but that 2 pounds per day, that 1 kilo, that's sitting on their body. So let's try it. Let's try this. Let's go through an average day. We'll try to keep the fluids pretty low. We have an 8-ounce drink for each meal. 8 ounces is not that much if you think about it. It's a pretty small glass. I'll show that in part 2. Then we're doing some exercise, we're mowing the lawn, or we're working out, it's hot. So we're going to take little sips to try not to drink too much. We're not going to guzzle, but still we're going to have about 8 ounces to drink to recover from that exercise. We have a slice of watermelon in the afternoon. That adds up to 5 ounces. We've got soup for dinner. That adds up 8 ounces for our fluid intake, and then we got a small bowl of ice cream, little bitty bowl of ice cream. That actually added 5 ounces, so dang it, we're over. We are over on our totals. We're half a kilo, which is 1 pound, about a pound over. So now we've got 3.1 pounds sitting on us for our first day in between dialysis. So nope, not good. That's sitting on us now. Okay, so what? Why does it matter? It matters. For hemodialysis patients, the excess fluid along with the toxins is removed from their bodies during that treatment, but they can only remove so much fluid at one time safely. I think the max is at least at my husband's unit, is I believe 4 kilos. So that's 8 pounds. You're basically carrying 8 pounds of fluid in your body. But I think 4 kilos is as far as they will go, that they can remove it safely. The patient might have to come in for another treatment if needed, if they're way over. Number 2, your body's going to hate you. Anything that you intake between treatments when you're a dialysis patient is sitting on your body. That excess fluid is going to cause mayhem. You've got swelling, weight gain, changes in your blood pressure. Your heart has to work so much harder. It is so bad on your heart. It leads to serious heart troubles. The fluid builds up. It can even build up in your lungs. Imagine that. Fluid building up in your lungs. It's making it hard to breathe. I've seen, dialysis patients at my husband's unit where he goes, and they are on oxygen because of the fluid on their lungs. It is extremely hard on your heart. Wow, yeah, that's one of the main reasons. One of the things that can kill dialysis patients is what it puts their heart through to have the extra fluid hanging out in their body. It's not good. Number 3 is treatment will suck more. I say will suck more because it already sucks. They have to sit there, their arm has to be exposed, they get 2 big needles put in it. I know my husband won't move his arm at all. They're sitting there, imagine that, it's kind of like a flight. He sits there 4 hours, 15 minutes. They can cramp, like a muscle cramp if you're running. I mean painful cramps. They can get cold, they can get hot, they can get, the chills, they have issues regardless just because of the treatments. Now, if you have too much fluid on your body, it makes it much harder. They start feeling ill, they have more muscle cramps, sudden drop in blood pressure, and cause dizziness and nausea. It just makes the treatment so much more harder. So this is one of the struggles for dialysis patients. Dialysis is not natural. It is a machine and they have to live off from it. When they go 3 days, think about that. 1 kilo a day, that's 3 kilos. That's 6 pounds of fluid sitting on their body. 6 pounds of fluid that their heart has to work harder to deal with. If they go over that at all, even a half a kilo a day, that's an extra 6, 7, 8, 9 pounds that their body's having to carry. This is one of their struggles, and it is definitely real. It is not a natural process. It's very hard on their body. Imagine how their body fights, because our bodies naturally want fluid. They know that they need fluid. If we're dehydrated, they make us feel thirsty. We get cotton mouth. Our throats can even hurt. We can get dizzy when we're dehydrated. All these things dialysis patients will feel consistently. Because they are fighting the natural process of their body. It's very tough on them. So that leads me, that's the end of this session. Things up. So their best chance is to have a live kidney donor, somebody to share their spare. We have 2 kidneys each. If someone would be willing to share their spare and help somebody who is a dialysis patient and can get a kidney transplant, it is their best chance. They're not having to live off from a machine that's extremely unnatural. My husband is Terry Langland, and I am trying to find him a live kidney donor. I have a blogger site, SaveTerryBlogspot.com. I have a Facebook page. If you search for Help Terry Langland Find a Kidney, I have 77 likes on that page. I'm going for 150. So if you could please just find me on Facebook, find his page, share it, like it. I need 150 likes. I'm trying very hard to at least get 150. More would obviously be better, but just to get the word out, I'm trying to find a hero for Terry. He has been back on dialysis for a year now. It was a year in June, and it's very hard on him. He can't work. It's much harder than it was in his 20s when he first lost his kidney, because he was younger, obviously. Then it's much harder on him now. So I really want to get him off this machine. I want to give him his best chance. I don't want to lose him because of heart troubles or all the other complications that this machine can cause. He's blood type B, and if a potential donor is not compatible with that blood type, there's a paired donation option. So if there's any interest, the phone number is 720-754-2155. That's his transplant team, and they can answer any and all questions that you have. If you could please just share this video just to help educate people. And also, if you could help share Terry's story, and hopefully we can find him a kidney donor. And if not for him, then if for anyone, you can just look, and there's a ton of people trying to find kidney donors that are on this dialysis treatment. So that's it for this time. Look for part 2. It's going to be more of an experiment. This was for our PowerPoint users who like it, who like to read stuff. The next one's going to be kind of putting it in, you're actually going to see water, stuff like that. We're going to add it up. And then I'm going to have a challenge for you. So look for part 2, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.